losing my mind.
Welcome back to another episode, Change Tomorrow Today, the hottest podcast on the planet.
On the planet, Craig. Yeah, what's up, Playboy? Everything good, man?
Everything good.
Hey, man,
everything
we're excited to be here. How you guys doing? I hope you guys doing good today.
Amazing. How about yourself?
We're doing great, Mr. Tar. What about you, Vec?
It's another day in the neighborhood.
Another day in the neighborhood. How you love that? Today we have a really interesting conversation for you guys. We noticed that me and Vic had a little thing going on with the alpha thing. It was just like a 5-minute clip. We saw you guys went wild for it. And I think a lot of people misunderstand what an alpha is. So we wanted to really discuss what is an alpha male and what is an alpha female. And we hope you guys are open to this discussion. We have Mr. Tar with us, you know, who I feel like I think as Vic as well, you know, they're leaders. They're alphas, you know, and so we're gonna talk about it, man. What's going on, brother? What you
I'm
got?
here. AJ's here.
What you got, brother?
Hey,
Huh?
I'm here.
What you
I'm
got?
Hey, I'm here for the conversation.
You here for the conversation?
That's
So
right.
set it off, AJ. What's
what
up?
you got?
Oh, y'all want me to set it off?
Set it
Yeah,
off.
man.
All right.
Hey,
Shit,
man.
we know you here. What's up?
Hey, you know how the song goes. Set it off and this brother.
Okay. All right. So let AJ
Set it off, brother.
Do
what
his
you got?
thing.
All right.
What
Come
you
on.
got?
So let AJ set it off. Okay. Let me say it like this. Okay. I understand the whole alpha female, alpha male terms that's been professed or whatever. But me, just my point of view or whatever, not trying to offend anyone.
Mhm.
I don't think there's a such thing as a alpha female.
Okay.
That's just my
No. That's your opinion.
Right.
Why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like that?
Well, I mean, the reason why there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that beyond just paying bills and being responsible for your family.
For
right?
sure. For sure.
Right, because being alpha is not something you profess. That's not something that you profess. That's something that you're pointed to by your peers, right? And also, too, in life, there's certain adversities that you may face, that you may challenge, that me personally, I don't think some women are ready for that.
Okay.
Like, for example, when death come knocking at your door and death snatches one of your family members, are you ready to stand 10 toes down and lead your family without no emotions? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's looking up to you. Everyone is looking up to you for strength.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I always, and this is another question I always ask females that profess to be alpha females. If this country was to go to war right now, would you be the first one to enlist in the army to fight for this country?
Brother, I wouldn't be the first to listen. I'm a man.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm
It's
just saying.
alpha.
I ain't fighting
No,
for
I'm
none of
just
this.
saying because as alpha,
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
I'm saying I
no,
wouldn't
because
enlist.
the reason why I say that because as alpha, you got to be ready to put your life on the line
On the line for something
Right.
that you love.
for you love.
But
because,
this country don't love me, so it ain't no love
right,
lost.
I get it, but I'm just saying being
No,
alpha,
don't get me wrong. I get
Right.
what you're saying. I'm saying for me as a man, this country don't love me, so it ain't, that ain't happening. I'd rather die for my people. You know what I'm saying? For
get it.
us, for the black people. To me, if I may say, an alpha to me, because we had a discussion and we was really going back and forth. And what I did was, as a man, I went and took time out and I really did my research. And an alpha, yeah, you can't have, and this is my opinion, you can't have an alpha female same way you can have an alpha man, right? Because when you have a group of women in a pack, you're gonna always want to have one that's in front of the pack that's leading the pack. And I want my woman to be a leader,
Okay.
right? But I think we have the whole alpha thing misconstrued. It's not about bills or
Right.
any of those things.
Exactly.
What it is about is leadership.
Leadership. There you go.
So when you enter a room, it's just like we have with the character. When you enter in a room, what is it like? Are you missed? Are you revered? Are you celebrated? Do people look to you for guidance?
That's what I'm saying.
But that has nothing to do with anything else other than just leadership.
Right.
So I do want my woman to be an alpha when I'm not around. But when I'm home, like no disrespect to my wife, I love her. But like I always say, I'm sorry, Mr. Tar, close your ears for this. Dick and balls run things around here. But at the same time,
Dick
when
and
I'm
giggles.
not around,
Right.
You
free
got it.
reign.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm just saying that jokingly, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you ladies know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I believe a
Can I
woman could be.
piggyback off what you just said?
Of
real
course.
quick? Yeah, but me, like, the terms that I think the better choice of words for females should be virtuous women, wholesome women.
But wait,
That's my take.
All right, I'm ready to jump
You get,
in.
yeah, I want
I'm
you
ready.
to.
I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
That's my take.
I heard enough.
Virtuous woman, wholesome woman.
Again,
right?
we live in a world where men like to tell women what they can and can't do.
Okay.
So what you just said was, and this is all respect, we
Mhm.
love each other on this podcast. I
Mhm.
speak very passionately.
Okay.
Fuck you if you don't understand. So again, you just basically said, don't use that word. I'd rather you use this word and that word and that word.
Mhm.
Who the hell are you to tell me what word to use to determine, or basically just to say who I am?
Mhm.
So because you said it, and it's not, I'm not saying you, pointing at you, because
Mhm.
you're not the only male in the universe that does
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
You're trying to tell a woman how to describe herself?
Well, it's
You
not.
are.
It's not
No,
natural.
this is a yes or no.
No.
It's a yes or no.
It's not natural. Oh,
It's
listen.
a yes or no.
Repeat
What I
the
just
question.
said,
Repeat the question one more time.
what you just did was
Mhm.
say, hey, I understand, but I would rather you not say alpha. There's
Mhm.
other words you can use.
Okay.
Virtuous and
Wholesome,
wholesome.
correct.
So you're telling a woman what words to use to describe herself.
Yes, I am.
Who the fuck are you?
I am. I'm a man. That's who I am.
I get it.
I'm a
You're
leader.
Al.
I'm a leader.
Yes,
I'm
but
a man and I'm
to
a leader.
who?
And that's the problem we have today, because the reason why women get away with so much of these words or saying certain things, because there's so much beta males or whatever that that agree with these terms or whatever. But whenever a strong man, a masculine man like myself come along and we check that shit, there's always a problem with it.
I
You
don't
get what
think
I'm
it's
saying?
I don't think I too much have a problem with a man saying, hey, I don't really like the term that you're using. I don't have a problem with that.
Mhm.
The problem comes when you try to tell me how I should describe myself. Now, going back to how you describe what you use to describe an alpha, right? An
Mhm.
alpha male. You said that is he's someone beyond paying bills, which is
Correct.
very true.
Correct.
Beyond paying bills, beyond taking care of their kids, right?
Mhm.
So he does those things too, though, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So how many men do we have out here that can't even do that? But they still will walk around here and say they're alpha because maybe possibly they're leading their friends.
Mhm.
Where the fuck you leading them to? Because bitch, you could barely lead your household. You could barely lead the family that you created.
Mhm.
But in your social group,
Mhm.
you're leading. No, you're not. And I'm not saying to you, I'm saying generally speaking.
Mhm.
So when you say a woman cannot be an alpha, but everything you describe actually describes a lot of these women nowadays.
Mhm.
And I feel like people are so confused because with this modern and traditional and trying to go back in
Mhm.
times, you
Mhm.
know 30 years ago was 1990s, right?
Okay.
Like, I mean, you know, it wasn't that long ago,
Okay.
right? So, but women been doing this.
Okay.
We've been standing in the paint for our families.
Okay.
You said when death comes knocking at the door, you have
Mhm.
to be able to be the person that stands up for their
Mhm.
family. You have to. You have to be a support.
Okay.
Who says that women can't do that? Who says that women don't do that?
I'm just saying, are you ready for that?
But
Are you ready?
how are
Hold
you
up.
making this? Okay, I get the question
you
that you're
ready for that?
asking. I get it.
Okay.
But when you deal with an alpha female, does she have the same way a man doesn't have a choice, right? If God forbid something were to happen, something, death come knocking on the door, a
Mhm.
man's supposed to step in and just do what he's supposed to do, right?
Correct.
When there's no man present, who you think does it?
Your uncle, a brother,
If I may say, because
a male. It's going to be a male somewhere that's going to handle that. That's going to take care of it.
if I
Go
may
ahead.
say, Mr. Tara, I would love to hear your
I'm
opinion.
sorry.
'Cause, no,
Do not apologize.
No, do your thing.
To be honest with you,
Mhm.
I'm really taking the conversation in.
Mhm.
This is a deep one.
It's
Okay.
very deep.
It's very
This
deep.
is a deep
And we won't
one
get to the
that-
bottom of it in 30
yeah,
minutes.
We definitely
No,
won't.
it's gonna have to take
Yeah.
more
No.
conversation.
Right.
Yeah, this is a deep one. I'm
Mhm.
listening. Come back to
Processing.
me. Yeah, I'm processing.
Oh, you
Okay.
I
Ready?
want to
Ready?
make sure I say the correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Now,
So,
now,
got you.
no,
Go ahead.
let
No,
me
go
say
ahead.
let me say this. Let me say this. I understand the point that you're making with the death, and I understand the point you're saying when there's no men around, the women take the helm. See, the thing is, I understand both sides because, like I said, I can process both sides, and I can understand what you're saying. If there's a man in the house, so the man is gonna do what a man is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the problem is we're giving so many boys the title of man, right? Because not everybody is ready to stand in that pain.
Mm-hmm.
So just as she said it, when there's no man around, who you think takes the helm? I grew up in a single household. My mother was the helm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a young kid, she was looking to me for guidance.
Mhm.
And I made a lot of bad choices, bad decisions that she followed.
Okay.
But I was a kid. I
Right.
wasn't ready to be a leader.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she was the leader,
Right.
right? She just asked me questions and wanted my input.
Mhm.
But as a young kid running the streets doing whatever, what
Right.
guidance could I give? So I understand what she's saying when she says,
Mhm.
I'm an alpha.
Mhm.
she's an alpha. But when a man's come through the door, she's gonna realize that's a man and fall back.
I think if I can interject,
Go ahead, Tyra.
that is where a lot of Black women
Mm-hmm.
don't know when to cut it off. And I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
The old me would totally be like, oh, alpha. I would, that's what I would say. That's how I would be. But now that I'm older and I understand being in my feminine energy a little more, I understand that sometimes Black women are forced to be the alpha female inside of the household.
Which they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We shouldn't, because I feel like a lot of reasons why the Black man is just removed out, that, and that's a whole nother subject.
But that's all social engineering.
Yes,
that's another
which is a whole nother conversation. I totally agree, which has forced the Black female to step into a role,
a man's role, which she shouldn't have to do, but she's doing it.
Yeah. But the problem comes in, I think, when there is a man that presents himself and we don't know how to cut off the alpha.
I think a lot of women might have that
A
issue.
lot of women have that issue.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times we don't allow men to be men. We don't. Because we've been in that role so long and it's very hard. You don't know how to cut it off. So I do agree. Men should be in a role where they lead.
Yeah.
And for me now, as an older, mature woman, I understand that I want a man to put me in my feminine energy.
Yes, Lord.
So I think there are women that want that.
Yes.
It's just they're going to have to go within themselves to say, you know what, I got to fall back. I have to get in my feminine energy when a man is present. And sometimes men, that's a deep, but that's
let me say something. Let me just say this though. Let me interject, okay? In this new era, right? I noticed this. There's a sum of Black women to profess to be alpha females. You don't hear the Asians, the Caucasians, the Islamic. They don't profess those words. Even the ones that are widowed, that don't have a husband, they still uphold the man. They still yearn for a man. They don't. Go ahead,
if I may interject with that. See, we all, as men, we use the other, and I was guilty of that last episode.
Okay.
And I realized, and I realized, here's the thing. We can't use the other race of women as an example because they've never been through what we've gone through.
I understand.
Because you got to understand, like you just said, it's social engineering. They're not part of that, right? So we're the only people that's being social engineered, right? So the way they deal with us, they don't deal with the white woman, the Asian woman, the Islamic woman, and these different women. They're being treated differently. It's okay for them to be in there, as you say, they're women energy. You know what I'm saying? The Black woman and the Black man have been separated. So we look at each other as if like we're enemies. We don't know how to view each other as that Black woman, that's my other half. That Black man, that's my other half. We've been taught that's your enemy. And you can see it today. You can see it in the comment sections, the way women say certain things, the way men say certain things. So I don't think it's fair to use that as a gauge to use towards Black women. I don't think it's fair for a Black woman to use any other race of men to gauge us either. See what I'm saying? That's just my take. Like I say.
But let me say this though, because me growing up in the community, my mom was a single woman. She paid all the bills. She did all that. She led the family. But my mother never professed to be an alpha female. She was always soft-spoken, loving, caring. Even when my mom spoke to me, when my mother used to put me up on game, my mother never used to talk to me aggressively. She used to talk to me real soft, channeling my energy. Son, this is how you're supposed to be in this world. When you come out there, this is how you're supposed to conduct yourself. You get what I'm saying?
And our mothers are Haitian.
Can I speak
exactly.
though?
They're strong, but they still know how to be soft.
Before we even get into culture and all of this, when I think a big problem is when people hear a woman, when men hear a woman say, and it's mostly men. You do have some females that cater to pick-me's, but
I love pick-me's. I love them.
I know you do.
I love them.
When you hear,
I love them. Pick-me's, I love y'all.
Yes, he does. But when you hear a woman says, "I'm an alpha," it's automatically negative. it's automatically taken as a negative. It's automatically taken as, oh, this woman thinks she's stronger than me. She thinks she's this. She thinks she's better than me. Oh, I can't come in that situation because it's automatically taken as a negative. It doesn't matter what you say following that. It doesn't matter how you express it or explain it. It's automatically taken negatively. When we go back to the comments, I made the comment that I'm an alpha female. Oh, well, who told you? I could tell you, I didn't say I was an alpha female because I pay bills and I take care of my kids. I said it based on my life. And it's absolutely true that you don't, I made a joke in the comments and I said repetitively, the alpha life chose me, baby. I didn't choose it. I'm here. Only reason I'm speaking on it is because we're on a podcast where we are talking on the topic. That doesn't mean that I'm not feminine. Okay. That doesn't mean that I don't talk to my children softly. That doesn't mean I walk around yelling and screaming at everybody in my life. That doesn't mean that I take on a masculine role and think that I can trump you. That means that I have a mind of my own. I'm a leader. That doesn't mean I don't have to just agree with whatever you say like a pick me. I can actually have a mind of my own. I can respect your mind. I can respect your mind. I can respect whatever it is you say. And I can also voice my opinion. The problem comes when I voice my opinion and mine gets shut down because you're supposed to trump mine. And that's not how it should be. At the end of the day, in a marriage, in a relationship, you guys should be each other. You should be equal. There should, I don't know how you view it or how you think of it, but I think of it, Ralph, in your household, you're the alpha. Like you said, when you're there, you're the alpha. When you leave, your wife takes on that. Yeah. So technically, essentially, you're both alphas in your own right. You're both alphas because you want her to be able to lead. God forbid anything go wrong. You want a woman that can't lead.
To be quite honest with you, I didn't know what I was doing. It was guiding, I guess, because I met my wife in high school.
Right.
So the thing I've always told my wife is, when you go out with friends and you guys are out and about, make sure whatever's taking place, it's your decision.
Yep.
Right. I didn't know that made her. I was training her to be an alpha woman, and what I mean by alpha woman is not like it's not like I'm saying like It's just like a pack. An alpha is a leader. So when you have a pack of women, somebody's gonna take the helm and be the lead, right? Just like if you have a pack of men, somebody's gonna take the helm and be the lead. I just want my wife, just like I teach my children, the same thing. Whatever goes right or wrong, you're responsible for. You can't say, "Oh, Atara made the decision. I was just following Atara." But you're a grown woman, so why were you following? If you knew it was wrong, why was you following Atara? You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, when a woman say I'm an alpha, we had, like I said again, we had a discussion where we disagreed, and I said to myself, "Damn, I think I had it misconstrued. It's leadership. I want my woman to be a leader."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm not around, I want my woman to take that helm and be like, okay, I'm in a leadership position. And I want her to make the right decisions.
The things
but when I'm around, she don't got to do that. But you know why? Because I'm already going to be doing all of that for her.
Right. But let me say this. See, when I see some women that profess to be alpha females online or in person, they're either combative, masculine, and aggressive. What strong man wants to come?
No, so you're describing something else.
Go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with you. But you're describing something totally different.
No, but I'm saying from my point of view.
What they're saying.
My POV, what I see.
No, I'm in agreement with you. I'm saying what you're saying, I've seen that. That's not alpha. That's just disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying
because the lady will profess to
correct,
be an alpha woman,
correct,
being disrespectful,
and then she will have those
traits,
those
disrespectful traits. Correct. So I agree with you. That is not alpha.
Correct.
That is
that's why I'm taking it. That's my whole point. Because if you're going to be soft and feminine, you either gonna be alpha or you're gonna be soft. The two you can't play both sides. It's just you can't. You can't, bro.
The reason why I disagree with that, bro, is I'm married. I'm saying I have a wife. I've been with my wife for 24 years since high school, bro. And I can tell you, see, I don't mind if I'm wrong for my wife to tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind if she feel a certain way for her to express that way. And in my household, bro, I don't control my wife to where I'm telling her how to feel, how to express herself, how to talk, because she's not gonna do that to me. See, the one thing as a man that I do understand and I know, I would not ever disrespect my wife in public or even behind closed doors. But as a man, sometimes, I might say, I ain't trying to hear that shit right now, and I walk off. But I'm like, damn, babe, my bad. I apologize, because the way you feel matters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I must. But as far as her expressing herself, there's no right way to go about it,
Mhm.
because that's how you feel.
Yep.
So I'm gonna listen to you, and I don't care if it's curse words involved. You're not cursing at me. You
Mhm.
you expressing yourself.
Mhm.
Now, if you're directly just trying to belittle me,
Mhm.
that's a different thing.
Mhm.
That's
But
different.
as a, I do look at my wife as an alpha woman, because you know why I look at her in that sense.
Mhm.
And again, the reason why I was able to come to that conclusion is because of this discussion I had with her.
Mhm.
And I did my research.
Right.
And I sat back and I realized when I'm not around,
Mhm.
I want my wife to make the best decisions.
Mhm.
She does. I want her to call me for everything.
Mhm.
I want her to already have that in her.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
So my wife is an alpha.
Okay.
But when
She's a
I'm
leader.
around, she's no longer alpha.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I get.
Everything runs through.
Like I said, I respect.
But I know what you
Right.
mean.
Right. You know where I'm
'cause
coming from, my brother.
some women
Right.
use the word in
Right.
the worst way.
Yeah,
Right.
they do.
And they do it to belittle a man.
Correct.
Right?
There
You
you
talk
go.
down a man,
There
and
you have
you
it.
disrespect
That's
him.
my point, my brother.
That's not the right
Right.
definition.
Right. But you see it though.
No, yes, I
Oh,
do.
there you
I'm
go.
not
So
disagreeing.
here's my thing,
But I
though.
understand what she's saying too, you know?
When
And
you have these alpha men, right?
Mhm.
So they complain and they get so angry because a woman uses the term alpha, right?
Mhm.
Oh, because you can't do that because it only be a man. But then you go ahead and you describe all the reasons why you don't like it. And
Mhm.
all those same very reasons you say, hey, that's what I am. And I want you to like me.
Mhm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
what do you mean? Break it down.
Break
You
break
just
it down for
said
me.
you don't like that a woman would call herself an alpha, and then she would be disrespectful. She would be like this. She would be like that.
Mhm.
But the men would
Mhm.
prefer to call themselves an alpha, and
Mhm.
it's supposed to be okay that they're like this and
Because
like
they
that.
feel like that's only a role for a
For a
man.
man,
Mhm.
exactly.
No, it's
And
not though.
No. To be, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Again, the reason why I say it's not, I'm sorry,
Right.
because
They feel
again,
like women shouldn't.
just shut up and listen.
But you
It
know
doesn't
what?
work.
No, okay. I don't mean a woman should shut up and listen. A
Mhm.
woman can express herself. I'm cool with that, or whatever. It's just me, just certain terms.
When
I
she
just,
say turn, when she
I
say
just
alpha,
don't
it's
go.
a preference.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
preference.
right. That's just my
It's a
point of view.
preference.
I just want
You
to
know what I'm
make.
saying?
I feel like
That's
it's
my
so
POV.
important that we
P-
give
POV, point of
POV
view.
point of view.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important that we acknowledge because there's so many strong women in our community.
Okay.
There's strong women. They're leaders. My great grandmother was a leader. God bless her. She is 91 years old this year. She was a leader. She held our family together, and my grandfather was there. So to say she's not an alpha just because he was there, no, they both were alphas. They ran that shit, and they did a damn good job because it's a lot of us. So they did but to take that from her because you don't. She wasn't talking over him, yelling at him, screaming at him. That's not what made her an alpha. And I feel like that's not what makes a man an alpha either. If he can yell at you, talk loud, be masculine, that doesn't make you an alpha. Loud don't mean alpha.
If I may,
Go ahead.
Mr. Tar, you haven't said anything now. Come on now.
Go ahead,
She said she was
Tara.
processing.
She said she's
I think I
processing.
should-
Go ahead,
Give me
Tara.
something.
Go ahead and lace us.
Again, and I want to keep saying this, I am in a different mindset in my life right now.
Right.
So the things, a lot of my opinions now are totally different from
good.
what they would used
Yeah.
to be. I
Yeah.
come from a more mature state.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a space where I feel like people should do what works for them.
Yes.
Okay.
I think a lot of times people try to put off what they want on others, and it doesn't work like that. I feel like you should always be in alignment with what you feel is right, and those people that are in alignment with that will come and flow to you,
Mr. Tara,
and it'll work for you.
I don't mean to cut you off. That goes back to me saying lanes. If you stay in your lane, you don't have these type of problems. You don't have these type of conversations. I've never had to have this conversation with a man. I've never had a man tell me you too masculine or you're too this or you're too that. And these niggas is beating down my damn door. I've never had I've been as vocal as I am today as I was 10 years ago. I have never.
You got drum players?
And I've never. I'm just saying, and that's not to. I'm a very humble person, so that's just me joking around. But I'm just making a point. If you stay in your lane and you deal with what you like, you align with those types of people. You don't have those type of problems. I've never had no one tell me, "Oh, you too masculine." I'm a very feminine person. I just acknowledge that I have taken on a role that is a lot more alpha than beta, and I will refuse to let someone put me there.
The reason why you probably taking that role, like I said, is because, you know, once the right man come through, you recognize it, you're gonna fall back. Because I don't believe any woman wants to be the head of anything. You know what I'm saying? And not to belittle women in any kind of way, but I feel like most women, like you said, you're in a more mature state. Most women just want to be in their, you know, womanhood.
To be honest with you, we want a man to put us there.
Yes.
Like,
It's
if
hard
you
to explain.
come in and you are not a strong alpha male, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna bring that feminine side out of the female. It's just not gonna happen.
Even a woman in their feminine energy, they're gonna be like, what is this?
A man has their energy. A woman is gonna naturally follow a man's energy. So if a man has that energy,
she gonna follow
and
it.
I don't know if I could say this on the
podcast.
podcast.
Go ahead and say it, Tar.
I call it big dick energy.
Hello. Yes, it is, because you shut the fuck up.
Yes. It's just something about certain men that will be able to put certain women in that soft, feminine energy. And every man can't do that for every woman.
Yes. And that's all it is.
And that's, you just mismatch.
Yep.
If you with a female and she's...
It's just not for you.
That's just not for you.
Yeah.
You can't put her in that energy.
I agree with
and that's just understanding lanes. If you okay, this not working for me. Okay, this just does not work. And that's okay. A lot of times in the comments from that one little 30-second clip, I gotta explain to people everything is not for everybody. I was not placed here for everybody. So you may not like what I say. You may not like the fact that I'm an alpha female. I've never been I've never been a follower. Maybe I am gonna do what I want to do, and if you want to do it with me, you more than welcome to. When I speak on being an alpha, it has nothing to do with me having children and have my baby fathers. Like, what the hell are y'all talking about?
But
like that one don't have nothing to do with the other.
No, I'm gonna say this.
People
I think, and I hate to say this, man, but I think majority of the problems that's going on it's only in the black community.
It is.
Like we whine about so many different shit that don't even matter.
Right.
You know, we don't focus on what really actually matters.
Just look for negativity.
We worry about the shit that's really irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a damn what kind of woman you claim to be, what kind of man you claim to be. Like you just said, if it works, it works. If y'all click together, click together. Y'all click together. What we need to be worrying about and thinking about is the future, our children. Like I say so many times, we only here for a moment. Shit, goddamn it, the next 20, 30, 40 years, people in this room ain't going to be here. But our kids will, our children. So why are we worrying about who's an alpha, who's not an alpha? What does the alpha stand for? What does it stand for? How we want? I don't want no timid woman. I don't want a scary woman that can't. If God forbid something happened to me and I'm not able to give direction, I don't want a woman that's lost. I want my woman to be like, okay, my man is not here, and this is happening.
That's what I gotta do.
Ralph is not here, so now I got to take the helm and make decisions because Ralph's not here. But best believe me, dick and balls come around. It is what it is, bro. Everything runs through me. What do you think about this? Well, babe, we're not doing that. That's what we're gonna do. Why? And it's not. I'm sorry, Mr. Tar. It's not like I'm trying to power because I'm a man. I'm gonna break it down to her why I'm saying this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna make her understand. See, this idea you had, but if we shake it up a little bit and add this to it, it's gonna be better. It's the outcome.
But that's y'all working together. That's not. Hey, I'm over you. I'm above you.
Yeah, Mr. Tar.
To me, it's a level of respect as well.
Right.
It comes down to there are certain things that a male should be able to do inside the household. As a female, and I'm just gonna keep it real. A man, there are certain things that a man has to do for a woman to really respect him. I'm just gonna keep it honest and real. If a female feels safe with a man, she's gonna give you feminine energy.
Yep.
There are certain things that men have to line up with to make a woman feel safe to do that.
Yep.
If you coming into the household and you are not doing what needs to be done to make me feel safe, what we doing?
Break that down for the audience, Atara.
It's different examples for different women.
No, that's why but that's why I asked. That's why I'm asking. But that's why I'm just asking.
Okay,
right.
that makes a lot of sense.
Just like simplify.
Because mine wouldn't be, but it's okay. And I know we almost got to get out of here, but one thing is my heart. That's number one.
Okay.
Do what you say you're gonna do. Be loyal to me. Your word is your bond. If you tell me something, you gotta stand on it.
Okay.
And if you feel at any time you need to redirect that, we gotta have a conversation.
Okay.
Give me some.
Because the minute that you don't follow through, okay.
And my son, man, 8 years old, he'll
like
tell
duly
you.
noted. I ain't really got to talk about
My
it.
son would tell you a man keeps his promises. Because I'm training him to understand, as a man, your word is your word. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my word is my word. When I make promises to my kids, my wife, it is what it is. So, again, an alpha could be a male and a female. But when a man comes around, a real man, that woman is going to automatically
But
fall
let me say
back.
this, bro. To be honest with you, I could care less about the term alpha. I don't even use those terms, right? My thing is just be a woman and just be a man. Being a woman is a position, being a man is a position.
Yes,
that's it. Final. You know what I'm saying? Using all these terms, I don't need that. You get what I'm saying? We just need to get back to the basics.
Unfortunately,
and just
that's not the world that we live in.
No, but I'm just saying.
Well, make that your reality.
Right, right.
Don't subscribe to
the crap that's going on.
Right.
I never had to say I'm an alpha. I never had to say that in my life.
This is our episode for Alpha. I know it's short. It could have kept going on longer, but unfortunately, we
can keep the conversation going in the comments.
What we'll do is we'll probably run it back again.
We gotta have a part 2.
We're gonna have a part 2. So with that being said, man, please, make sure you guys come subscribe, like, comment. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother always say,
hit the like button.
Ding! You know what time it is. And please leave your comments and be respectful, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you suckers out there, y'all tripping. But that's a whole nother story, because that's not man-like, to disrespect a woman or a man just because you disagree. Be respectful, man. We love and appreciate y'all, man. Change tomorrow today. You know what I'm saying? Don't be no sucker. Love.
Peace.